Chapter 20. Joke Shop Gnashers. Well, asked Raj, how do they fit? Raj had gone upstairs to his flat above the shop and brought down his late wife's false teeth in a glass of water for the boy to try for size. So, Raj has a wife, but it's late. That means his wife died, and his wife left behind a false teeth. This one. Okay, so Raj is letting Alfie try his late wife's false teeth. Okay, they looked a bit like those joke shop gnashers that you wind up. The one you wind up and then watch chatter across the table. This like a joke shop gnashers. Okay. To Alfie's surprise though, they fitted rather well, so they fit quite well. They weren't perfect. The dentures had been specially made for a middle-aged woman because Raj's wife was probably middle-aged, around 40-something, 50-something. So they were made for 40-something, 50-something people. They rubbed here and there, but they were definitely better than having no teeth at all. Are you sure you don't mind me borrowing them? Asked Alfie, delighted and happy to discover that he could at last talk again. No, it's what dear Mrs. Raj would have wanted. Thank you so much. Might you have any use for her glass eye, rubber hand, or either of her wooden legs? So Raj is very funny. He asked whether Alfie wants to use her glass eye also. Glass eye is like when people's eye is damaged, right? They can replace it for glass eye, a fake eye, or rubber hand, or her wooden legs. Alfie was quite taken aback and was quite shocked. After all, he had never met the late Mrs. Raj, never seen Mrs. Raj before. Not that there seemed that much of her to meet. Very kind of you, he replied, but no, not kind at all, just part of the service. That's why people should always support the smaller local shops. You wouldn't get that from a supermarket. True, replied Alfie, though he wasn't sure many customers at a supermarket would need a loan of some second-hand false teeth. So Raj was saying that you wouldn't get all these false teeth, you wouldn't get it from a supermarket. But Alfie was thinking, I don't think anybody would need to get or borrow some second-hand used false teeth from a supermarket. Though I would advise you not to go anywhere near a toffee. Toffee is a very sweet and sticky kind of sweet, warned the newsagent. I remember these dentures came clean out of my late wife's mouth when she bit into an out-of-date toffee I gave her on our silver wedding anniversary. So during Raj and his wife wedding anniversary, that means like they celebrate their wedding anniversary. That means you ask your mommy and daddy what anniversary is lah, okay? Then she gave his wife a out-to-date toffee. That means a expired toffee. And then her wife bit into it and her dentures came out of her mouth. I will remember that, said Alfie. So how can we stop Ruth? How can we stop Miss Ruth? My teeth were bad, but not that bad. There was no way on earth she needed to take out all of them. She's evil. Now I come to think of it, pondered, that means thought, the newsagent. There have been strange going-ons in this town ever since she arrived. Like children putting their teeth under their pillows and finding something nasty in the morning. Exactly, exclaimed Raj. How did you know? It happened to my girlfriend Gaps. Your girlfriend? Oh, quoth Raj. No, exclaimed Alfie. She isn't my girlfriend. Gaps is just a friend who's a girl. Your friend girl? Friend girl's a made-up word. Alfie thought it was easier to simply agree. Yes, I suppose so. Gaps had drawn a map charting exactly where and when the teeth were snatched. The whole thing... where is it? Oh, the whole thing is sickening. When I was little... Oh, this one is Raj saying. The whole thing is sickening. When I was little, or at least smaller than I am now, I had lost a tooth. I will put it under my pillow, and when I woke up, I will find a coin in its place from the Tooth Fairy. Well, I think your mom or dad must have left it there, replied Alfie. Raj looked mightily confused, so he looked very confused. But they told me it was the tooth fairy. Elfie sighed, like, He was very nearly a teenager. So Elfie's now a teenager, about 12 years old, right? To still believe in tooth fairies was just plain silly. As far as he was concerned, the thought that a tiny winged figure, that means a tooth fairy in a tutu and holding a wand, came into your room at night to leave money under your pillow was preposterous and nonsense, ridiculous. However, he didn't want to hurt the news agent's feelings, so he didn't want to tell the news agent that, hey, actually there's no tooth fairy. Then the news agent will get very sad, right? Well, I think sometimes it might be the tooth fairies, but when they are busy, mums and dads help out too, replied Elfie. Go on, Raj. So Elfie liked to Raj that, yeah, sometimes it's the tooth fairies, but when the tooth fairies are busy, the mums and dad will help the tooth fairies to put a coin underneath. Well, quite a few of my younger customers woke up this morning to find not a coin, but all sorts of nasties under their pillow. Like what? Asked Elfie. Oh, there were cockroaches. Anything else? Oh, let me think. Dead worms, a live rat, a toad that had been flattened by a mallet and dried out in the sun until it was crispy. Ew. The boy brought his hand up to his mouth. Then he was very shocked. He felt sick at the thought of all these horrors. Still, his gaulish curiosity got the better of him, so he was still very curious and he wanted to hear more. Was that all? He inquired. No, Raj took a deep breath. Are you sure you want to know the most gruesomest? Gruesomest is a made-up word. Gruesomest one? Yes and no, replied Elfie, but mainly yes, so Elfie wants to listen. Raj took a deep breath before telling him. An old man's toenail. No, cried Elfie. Yes, nobody knows who it belonged to. All big and thick and dirty it was, with all the dried pus around the edge. Stop! Shouted Elfie. You said you wanted me to tell you, protested Raj. Yes, but I didn't know it was going to be that disgusting. Elfie thought for a moment. And none of these children saw a thing? The news agent shook his head. Not one. Nobody saw a thing. It's a mystery. And how could one person possibly get around to all those children in one night? Elfie pulled himself up onto the shop's counter and sat there next to the till. But there must be some kind of connection with Miss Root. There must be. I swear she is evil, he said. We need to catch her red-handed. Red-handed means to catch someone still committing the crime. We catch her at the scene, okay? Lay some sort of trap. They're going to lay a trap to catch Miss Root. Elfie fell silent and stared into space. Raj looked at him. A trap? Asked the news agent. I am thinking, Raj. Oh, my apologies. Raj mooched around awkwardly for a few moments. Would a mint help focus your mind? Would a mint sweet help Elfie to focus? I've got it, exclaimed Elfie. His eyes were shining, and he leaped off the counter in excitement. Got what? A plan, how we can catch the tooth snatcher. Great, my boy, that's brilliant. How can I help? Elfie looked right into Raj's eyes for a moment. He knew what he was about to say was not going to go down at all well. That means he knew what he was going to say is not going to go well with Raj. It's just a very small thing that I need. Yes, said the news agent. I need to borrow one of your teeth.